What's up YouTube? This is Foxtel Digital coming to you again with Black Girl Stocks, and this is another segment of our top 3 option plays this week where we're just going to go over a few different trades, stock fundamentals, and different strategies that you can do to make it through, okay? But first, if this is your first time watching this video, please make sure that you click that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. Also subscribe and click that notification bell so that you get notified anytime I upload a new video for you guys. First, let's do a quick recap on last week's trades. So the 3 stocks that we were looking at were XEL, BB, and SQ. They were all bullish positions. Okay, so the first position that we were looking at was the $70 call, April 14th for XEL with a premium of $1.85. So when we were looking at this, it was trading around $71.74. This was a bullish play. Most of last week, we had pretty good gains. Now, we had a majority of our wins here when it peaked around $72 on Thursday and Friday of last week. Now we were looking at the $70 calls, and so these, reached a peak around premium of $3, so that's up almost 65%. So yeah, if you guys still have these, you would be in profit. So this one was definitely a good trade. The next one was BB. This was BlackBerry, and we were overall bullish on this one also, just waiting for their earnings that they had last week. We were looking at calls, but you'll see here that did not gain any value because the stock has dropped. So that was a no-go for BlackBerry. It did briefly reach our entry target zone, but there wasn't much with that. And so when we were looking at them, they were around 60 cents, and you'll see that it reached about 69 cents for the premium on Tuesday. So that was a small profit. That was a very short capture. Okay, and the last stock was SQ. That's Block Inc. And we were also bullish on this one, but I just realized looking back at the playback that I did not add any information about the option for this one. So I mean, we were overall bullish, and that was, that did pay off. So when we were looking at it, it was trading around 138. It did move up to about 149 on Tuesday, so that was a huge increase. I'm pretty sure a few of you guys left comments on this one. So if you did get into SQ, whichever option you picked, if it was a call, you would have been in profit there. So let's get into this week's plays. Okay, so the first stock is ALL. This is Allstate Corporation, and right now it's trading at $137.09. Yes, Allstate stands. Just looking at the stock, you'll see that we've been in a pretty good uptrend starting around late December of last year. We've had some really good resistance around $126. We broke past that recently in mid-March, and we've reached a high of 141. Now it does look like we have a small pullback. Zooming in, you'll kind of see that we did have a bullish EMA crossover here. So this blue line is a 5 period and the gold is a 10 period. So we had a short-term crossover here, and we could anticipate it having, possibly more of a drop. So also looking down at our MACD indicator, we did have a bearish drop, still anticipating more of a bearish move. Now, if I was going to enter a bearish position, anticipated continuing moving downward after those crossovers, I would have my entry around $136.50. But I would want to wait for that entry price before I entered a bearish position going into next week. So this is going to be short term, and just looking at the options, the implied volatility, it's fairly low. It's about 27%. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do April 14th puts, and I'm going to look at the $135 puts. You'll see here, we have a 1.4 for our premium. Our open interest is almost 3,325 for our volume. That's not too bad. Our delta, it's not the highest. It's about 0.34, and our theta is a little bit higher, but I want to anticipate, good moves with this stock in the upcoming week if it falls to our entry target price. And the next stock is TWTR. That's Twitter, and right now it's trading at $49.97. Just first of all, looking at the stock chart, you can see overall we've been in a downtrend. We just started moving above our 50-day moving average here back in mid-March. It was disclosed today on Monday that Elon Musk took a 9.2% stake in Twitter. So that's about 73.5 million shares worth almost $3 billion. So this buy makes Elon one of the largest shareholders in Twitter, and he actually has 4 times the amount of shares that Jack Dorsey, former CEO and co-founder of Twitter. So today, Twitter stock jumped almost 30% alone just based on this news. He actually posted a poll back in March on how people felt, they were able to use their voice on Twitter, and there were some pretty strong answers and opinions coming from that. So the outlook for Twitter looks very interesting with this news alone. Short term, looking at the options, our implied volatility is really high. It's almost about 100% in the 90%. I want to do a credit receiving position. If I was going to enter a bullish position on Twitter, I'm going to have my entry around $51. So I want to see it rise close to where our high was of the day. If we can move back there with strong volume, I might want to look at the put credit spreads. Now, the put credit spread is still going to be bullish. It's going to have a shorter time frame. I'm going to look at the April 14th, one that looks pretty good. This has a very tight bid and ask, so you can do, and so we're going to sell the 48 and we're going to buy the 47 strike price for the puts. And right here you can see that our maximum profit by that time is going to be almost $40 for this. Maximum loss 60. So, it's just kind of something that we can do with Twitter. If you feel like the movement will be strong upward, leave a comment below and let me know what you think Twitter is going to do going into the remainder of the week. So do you think it's going to continue moving upwards, or do you feel like it's going to fall for the rest of the week? And the last stock is QQQ, trading at $369.30. It looks like we could be moving out of our downtrend that we started since we reached this high of 408 back in November of 2021. So it looks like we're kind of reaching a breakout point, and we'll see some resistance that we've had here a couple of times. So right here around this 370 zone where we are right now, we hit it back in February, on February 1st on the way down. We're reaching it again on the way back up once on March the 30th, and again we've just hit that today. And we just had a recent EMA crossover pre-market on Monday. You'll see our MACD indicator just had a bullish crossover. If I was going to enter a bullish position on QQQ, I'm gonna have my entry probably around 370 to 371, just because that was a high that we reached back last week on Tuesday. Kind of dropped from that, and it looks like we're making our way back up. So just seeing a move past that previous high is going to be a good indication that we are continuing in this short-term uptrend. Usually with QQQ, we're going to do our credit spreads just with the extreme price of the premiums. So this is going to be something really short, and what I like about QQQ is they have really short dates. So you can do 2-day expirations, 4-day expirations. So we might want to look at the 4-day, so April 8th. We can buy the 365 put and we can sell the 366. So do we anticipate QQQ staying above 356 within the next few days? So if it continues in the strong uptrend with strong volume and pushing above that resistance that we have around 370, then it looks like we could be profitable with this one. And so you'll see that a maximum profit is going to be 32, max loss 68. A little bit of a risk here, but it's something that we can do for QQQ. Okay, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about that. If you're having trouble finding entry and exit points for your trades, watch this video on moving averages with the crossover method. Okay, it's really helpful with solidifying good times to enter and exit your trades. Just be mindful of your chart time frames with this one. All right, so make sure that you check that video out, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.